23 verses 118 to 22.
There will be no haircuts.
Ejina Homa Honorable Kennedy Akompreko Ejapon.
For the first time in the history of Ghana.
7 years ago.
Wow.
Yanti kuku so that Ghana has.
The weekly minority for parliament. Ebeye putu. Politician,
23 verses 118 to 22.
There will be no haircuts.
Ejina Homa Honorable Kennedy Akompreko Ejapon.
For the first time in the history of Ghana.
7 years ago.
Wow.
Yanti kuku so that Ghana has.
All right, for this is the debate with Munufie. GDS will be here. And I have a very, very serious, important information. Eii Dr Bawumia is in the news once again. At this time, for the wrong reason. The Eii Dr Bawumia comes to the news not for the better decision. Because Papa and another don't go for my yet as say. Or the neighbor, no be she Ghana sikasem. Kama. Afei de Papa ne ba ya. Sikasem no. Udwani firi ho esan se wantimi an hihye Ghana sikasem na another don't go for do. Catch us or the neighbor no. But there be a better Eii Dr Bawumia anka. E news bia no. Charlie, na the wrong reason. Mo kai se mrebi atwa Eii Dr Bawumia ko gina simpie so se okotu Bible. Nipa be adwen say ene papa na yebi mo said this is the first time. This wasn't the first time. Yeah, we are Eii Dr Bawumia o ha bra no kotu wrong Bible quotations.
Oko Book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 1. Or say then, it is not by might nor by power.
Pacha what in ye? Or kasa has NPP for no so munti asema waka no. Then they start to clap. Science in the
Oko Book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 1. Or say then, it is not by might nor by power.
Pacha yanko Zechariah chapter 4 verse 1. And where's the asema papa yi kan. Eno ene wo ho a wa okita Bible bia na bajo hwe mi yi. Ukotu Zechariah chapter 4 verse 9. Eii Dr Bawumia say it is not by power, by might. Eii Dr Bawumia na eka me pacho I did not say this kind of words. E ono ankasa eneka. Zechariah 4:1. Then the angel who talked with me returned and woke me up like someone awaking from sleep. Zechariah chapter 4:1. Ne oho no. The patch of mention repeat him. Zechariah chapter 4 verse 1. Then the angel who talked with me returned and woke me up like someone awaking from sleep. And so yenti Eii Dr Bawumia or they said in Zechariah chapter 4 no kitana no different thing ene wo ho.
Oko Book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 1. Or say then, it is not by might nor by power.
Exactly. Eii Dr Bawumia kwacha Zechariah only no chapter 4 verse 1. Or say ne ho no. Enyame na make this was the first one. And now she say kwoti papa is say quote another Bible quotation na pacho senti no.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
I
am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23 verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
Psalm 23 no, 118. Psalm 23 no, Bawumia so only 118 to 23 tino.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23, verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
Hey, Ghana, the Bia, the assembly every blessed day. And if minim se Bawumia said na esere Christopher said you minim. Dr. Bawumia called the Biba. Also on the non kwande Psalm 23 and the quasi 118 and about 22. Yeah, so assemble in the bush for Messeramo, more be can find handsome with one when you because the way now Mama Papa will treat Christosum. How again? Secremo Serechi Sorenas or so Christosumu, no super Christosum now to the sense send ya on Wankasa epe. A quote to Bible quotations tie be on Wankasa pe, or the Quashe Christosumano. Hey,
Oko Book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 1. Or say then, it is not by might nor by power.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23, verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
Oko Book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 1. Or say then, it is not by might nor by power.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23, verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
Oh, why are there? Kramos Reche. Osi ya wo now ye Christo ni. And along the point, but what is a mirable me and now do I cramoni? Until the Bible no who different. Minim Bible could kita Eii Dr Bawumia. Every day, on your opportunity, Bible no kwa kind a different from the engine. Pacho wish and be a question because sometimes nipa biti we say, but me said I say. Offer one religion now I bring it the whole religion down. How I brought you mudi a software term e will krum ho. Lawyer more example and say also for us been the way trouble no nina in the name of Eii Dr Bawumia. Papa is one the en kiki no and sisaye. But one day also Christosum numa no the etwi form. Papa we me sure say your mom wete Bible dey toilet no be. They sure say papa we new opportunity a obete Bible e dey toilet because man we ni ya or the assembly Ghana ho. Because for Eii Dr Bawumia new opportunity now in a big audience and him no one make he comes up with his own Bible quotations, starts to bring it up to confuse NPP for so that they have to say omoto no mo some ye no mani age na say NPP for omoto no e mo de say papa na so Christo to mu e de twitwi form NPP for na mo de no because that is how I see it because obi can say na say yeah what the now born some many pana fans there it means say and some nipa na kan and some awo eye wo de when the ho sometimes na mamu obi a wayne ho so on person obeka no kore any single thing smallest thing obenya no or de be dada nipa na say nipa no hu na je so hwe ni ye because Eii Dr Bawumia ne ko gina sorry dem ka kire o sofo at is o tabe say under his administration ye be jai na ya be ye concrete roads in the country or share time frame say cabinet atena say aka say ye be concrete roads 8 years under the administration there was not a single concrete road or ye Ghana or share sabono no gina sorry dem and share sabono ka kire am for that nyankopon enti nipa onu timi ko gina sorry dem ko to wrong Bible quotation e de that nyankopon that nipa na say nipa no hia na agye so hwe one or hwe two fi we ni say no ko hwe ne ha no hwe ni say bi ko nyawa obaye krokro de jon sa na Eii Dr Bawumia ye any given time bia papa ne benya bia no oda amanfo chill tenase no ankasa come up with his own philosophy his own mindset no be catch say that is what is written Inti area how papa ninya economy na o massage na say Ghana economy na so no ankasa aboni timpo say me ko economy ma me nko daada ngrofo because dan economy no na ma ye ne se ne ame amepe na me dey confuse amanfo. Nti I'm not surprised that Nana Dan Akufo-Addo fail to allege Dr. Munufi's deceit. Failure because Nana Dan Akufo-Addo catch it say Dr. Munufi or the neighbor the economics dey egu akwani team no obeboa no ama ya hye Ghana sikasem kama papa ne beduru ya say na onim hwe about sikasem and now she allege Dr. Munufi or the economics wase wa jere firi ho na firi de digitalization na papa ne say dey oye wase adwuma oye Ghana no young this is the debate with the Munufie Pacho. Paul said that is very serious. Good evening, bro. Yeah, it's very, very serious because someone talking about 2 videos actually. And I can give you different ones. And you've been a scientist also say, Okojina sorry them catch it in Yankopon say cabinet atanas say ye be concrete roads in Ghana. The Pacho wa he mention be a concrete roads no be wo. So what will be there mean who be? But 8 years under the administration of NPP, the man who will be on mobile the concrete roads. And so, like Dr. Munufi kasa asem no. Lojina sorry them. I mean, Ziggy he was reading. So, what Bible was he reading from? I don't know because we video very carefully here. Who said he was actually reading? He said, "I mean, okano." Inti meaning Bible kule kitano.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23, verses 118. To 22, which tells
how we are not there than all kind. And I know can feel Korean moon or no one than be translated and as a day. Maybe about Korean some na Korean all cano. Because I mean, said what the Korean all kind of some. I think why are they passing what reminded me? Because he was actually reading. Yes, I read about the team and all can already. But how on earth was somebody reading the Bible at the him? And I watch your script about be reading that with him. When you Vicky Hammer, they know say I am a Vicky Hammer, they co program as or kind of statement. Do it was this is not the statement I wrote. Then you are dying. And the demo on a movie Vicky Hammer song kind. The kind you do we know who said that be at the Yasano. Papa way there all kind of flow at the name. Now when you must say on same platform no. Honorable Alexander Kwame na fenyo marking. I can't see me NPP before. Or say NPP before they baby a check there betchemo. Enti monye ready a chewa we politician na chewa ensuro na ye wie na be bisa say honorable enti NPP ni abokoro no a ye che na mani nsuro nya sa tie no
enti wiki minority for parliament ebeye putu Cocoa farmers or musica no ombetu we are known for MP before Asia, colleagues, they will try and divide us and come with all manner of arrest. Every now and then, when their back is against the wall, they will come out with arrest. Please, we are politicians, they are Chua and your body. Yenja Pinti, Dr. Bawumia Agaian, and win power 2028. Don't let them intimidate you with arrest. Now, the
third you people should get ready because we are politicians and chewa and your bonnet. It is saying NPP first in opposition, almost share that's on the Bokoro or Manum because we are politicians and chewa and your bonnet. And the MMDC is almost a day we are security man and never we are, so we are politicians and chewa and your bonnet. We are former finance minister and what about minor chrono, what for the Quatiquine, I'm a minor boca, we are politicians and your bonnet. Say ECG containers said Okotoa no could be any in a cotton could dear, we are politician a chewa and your bonnet. So what the Ghana deal could sign contract of $6 million. Now the 1 million could execute 5 for no show bottom, we are politician a chewa and your bonnet. What the money deal could Jessica could do buru, no one could do any chewa and your bonnet. What the money deal could Jessica so quite quine, that's a good Jessica near chewa and your bonnet into ye. Because a baby defender. One NPP for policies and programs are a good team. Aha. Intimacy. So when I'm Ghana, I made them see 2 political parties, and they say the third one be a best also. I mean, to Timon to see a tip for a party back could be changing a chicken in the Japan Bokako Dano. The chair that the number, Utibon to DNA, but I was away from the base. And we are NPP ni, and now we are Ghana, and now you have alternatives no. For now, they will 2, but I say third one being so bad. two in say you the rightful ones. And you want my mindset to get up and say, we a politician near Chewa and your bonnet. NPP for Omomoto no. We a politician ye Chewa and your bonnet. Inti bokoro no na ode onye sika na dibita uni obi adinatem ne obi bia ye we a politician ye Chewa and your bonnet. Ote maimu. Now you get a whole micro minority leader. Why a majority leader pain. Now being say, ye ni a obey bia ye Chewa, it's okay. And I don't even know why the people think say chi and that amount for the be chino yen chinipa for fano. We need to correct that wrong in our society. To say Ghana be a chine chicha for is becoming to say a political persecution. That is what they all allow. They'll be putting the mindset of their followers. Send your baby here because a political persecution is persecution and no more. I didn't say detail wrongdoing. To say Ghana and NPP for a chewa and your bonnet. It is right, do it and then go away. That is what they believe in. Intiminim sani ya onsu hunu no. Saana se uhuna. Because one say Nana Dankwa for the whilst in administration, can't see the Ghana for say there will not be any haircut in the country. I see there will not be any haircut. And this said Nana Dankwa for the president and I say Ghana ye may be as a way a politician na chew na ye bonia. I was saying by now open up a channel.
I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. Just as in the banking sector cleanup, government ensured that the 4.6 million depositors affected by the exercise did not lose their deposit. I also want to assure...
Ronaldo say about 4.6 million depositors will not lose their deposit. And there will be no haircut. Or can we the next day, not there was a haircut. Depositors in Kenya then Ashiegu. Ghana ya maybe we a politician ni him say a chill na bonia. Nka Jack Toronto by now konamho. Jack Toronto ke de kwada da equal no bia nke de kwada da even Malaysia ne Singapore no na se bia nke de ko ko whole president and be gina simpie so e can say asem we de kire Ghana for we and the question is was there a haircut or not? It's the mindset of NPP for we a politician na chewa enye bone go ahead lie do whatever you're doing enye bone The minor team sanity. President says he's talking about his own imminent arrest or what? Looks like I don't know. William Cobb said Akufo-Addo was lying like there is no tomorrow. He actually stood there. Okay, we can for that time so be kind the same thing quite signed it also. On our can for that time no. Also ma. Hey. Omo there when omo ye gangsters o. And omo ba man to omo anything they were doing, you know. They had plans. Because Mokai say NPP penny back over say Ghana or see there say obedi mine so and now be a minister or whatever. There is no obligation. Sebra berenda any kind of apology or services not berenda to the nation. No. Also be any obey to my friend say bra. Na be you ano. What they say Mokai?
You see, he's right. This whole public perception, public prosecution, is what is informing potentially, and I don't speak for Mr. Foriata, his decision to remain outside the jurisdiction. Because listen, a lot of talk has been made. Now here, my good friend, Prof, make the point that if you've held public office, you ought to be able to avail yourself an account. You ought to be able to avail yourself and answer questions. Samson, you and I are lawyers. What law compels an accused person to even cooperate with an investigator who is investigating him? What law? What rule requires Mr. Foria? Are you going to please allow me to speak? What law requires him to even be present for anything. The burden in all of this rests with the Attorney General to prosecute and lead evidence to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that the man has a case to answer. If at that point he elects not to defend himself, the court can proceed to convict him. But we made it look as if to say he is under some obligation to be in Ghana to assist the investigators investigating before they take him to court. I want to know from you, is Kenneth Oriata or any accused person for that matter under any obligation in law when he's charged to appear?
What do you prefer?
Certainly not.
What do you prefer?
It would be ideal. I don't have a problem. It would be ideal if he's minded. But if he feels that there's sufficient enough documentary evidence which exculpates him and that his presence to give evidence in his defense or not is immaterial, go ahead and prosecute the man.
Do you think that's what he's doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not his lawyer. I don't speak for him. But I sit back and I observe the kind of public commentary, the kinds of things that people are saying, even people on this platform, essentially making it look as if to say, oh, well, you said in public office and you're supposed to account. Please, let's not do this to ourselves. Because it's important.
What is unfair about that? That you have said in public office, you are needed to account. Make yourself available.
Needed to account.
Make yourself available. Why do you want it to be elevated to charges in court before you show up?
Samson, needed to account for what? For what? Show me the law that says that when you serve in public office, when you finish, you have to account. No, please, let me make my point. With all seriousness. The Attorney General and the state investigative agencies have accused him of committing a crime. True or false?
True.
I've served in public office. Nobody has accused me of committing any crime. You've accused a man. You say he should come. To do what? If you have your proof, the law is clear.
Anyway, yes, all serving public officer. Obi and even for also say brother and any account or whatever chirubia. NPP for that is their philosophy. Well, how am I doing? Party ba kuno. It is a what to NPP need to wear two nyoma kesi e kilo so no na do Ghana. Man opportunity me serve Ghana. O man e kwan o serve Ghana we are. Or so he or she is under no obligation to account to you. Again, in the debut, that is why we take our time to research, come here and tell you the truth of the matter. Mine a team Nkrofobi believes that mine or modia. Wona wo to abamomo you are just a subordinate or you shoot is so. Into a battle be yesika obey din o afa nyama can say ye chewa e normal. The chewa say be say be beu, you be jao. Or twa so koy. Or say get ready, the chewa be beu. But you are under no obligation to come and account to anybody. President, allow me to speak more in that very rude tone. Who does he think he is? That is what they've been doing. That is what they've been saying. It can't be. And then after election, and then that team in the second in Japan and group of Mudomoti, Charlie, and people, but you know, but in their go as Eii Dr Bawumia Agaian, your body do on sorry that. There will be no haircut way, no. Honorable Alexander Fenya Kwame na Markins. Ebe can't be. Now the way and same way me shows out here about super papa ne papa. When it is my worker.
I fell from nowhere. Monsieur world market price BBBB until no all be lie. Until no what so. For the first time in the history of Ghana, cocoa equafo omo price per bag yateso. Ebin sida. It has never happened. Even during Gold Coast, when the colonial masters attempted to do politics with cocoa, if you recall the history of NLM, Asante Hine Chiame Bafo Osayako, to go and read. He took the matter up with cocoa farmers because he himself was a cocoa farmer and fought the colonial government. That he and TSS are Modi cocoa, England. Even then, our colonial masters respected the cocoa farmers. Then today, our friends have money to buy presidential jets, but you can't find money to pay cocoa farmers. When Ghana had this economic crisis after the COVID, and by the way, everybody knows that COVID was a shaker where over a year there was no activity. In such difficult circumstances, Akufo-Addo and his government managed to pay every public sector worker. Not a single month. And the police ni bi ni pay amba, soldier ni bi ni pay amba, teacher ni bi ni pay amba, nurse ni bi. Wa show mo ye aban adwuma nyina. Papa we ene na ban make sure say busumi bia etioka. And ahokyere buy ni say oh obi akoto investment, aban investment, or say mato bond. Ebia nimpa no or the 10,000 and or the koto bond. Or expect to say busum miensentem bia no obenya interest. Ebia 2,000. The buyer ni say ahokyere buy no aban en fanisi ni sanka capital no. Nipa ni sika no, the government did not touch it. What the government did was on the interest. What the NDC guys call the haircut. Government negotiated that look, we are in crisis. So please bear with us. Your principle is intact. But we want to read.
Honorable Alexander Kwame Nafenyo Markin say NDC guys and a free BB haircut. Now more MP for no more friend a haircut. Mama say uncle name is another say NDC for a haircut. And I say you won another than Akufo-Addo. And I'll query the term haircut.
I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you.
Who coiled the term haircut? Is it the NDC guys or Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo? Any year Raken and Nana Kuntum Kununku Ufuriata. One summer, he forgot to say COVID by now for the brochure we were gonna be at the government then was charging each passenger $150. Mr. No World Bank and IMF. Sikasa na de bere Ghana. Taxes are need to na wa hemfa. NDC bab konyo we no da be na what say obisi yentua ne ka. And I say yati cocoa so o kwa me na afenyo market o baby offering the cocoa farmers are there. So the cocoa bo ko 3,000 Ghana cedis. Now the inflation issue to 54% abi pacho dey na why. Unti cocoa bo no so. Oh, sometimes some these educated elites, the way they think everybody is idiot, everybody is stupid no. Yeah, now I have a problem with it. But I mean say okay no. I mean kind this particular message. I say these are some of the things make me feel better against NDC because they left them to be talking. Meanwhile, they created the mess without exposing them earlier. That is true because I am expecting say NDC for NTC yom exposing Kurufo my bokoro no necessary for nyana the entity or multi-entity or because in some Alexander Kwame Nafenyo Markin say can chale the way yesterday I said this kind of things the way NPP for message talk Ghanaians team I fear tie papa bi wa hansama woka
Niano koko niano o me fan koka na na konwa na Wahu, esi anu won say won 12 new price no. What to obi koko musumi miensa. Musumi mienu. Adenti na wuntua all price no. Na wo be ka say musumi miensa musumi mienu no. New price na wo dey about 25 million. Utua. O ka say yen to confirm no. Akonfirm wan fan komu abusuafo. Ah, na wo be ka say koko yen to ni new price. Ah, I know the honorable. I know the honorable. Niano koko niano. O me fan koka na na konwa na. Wahu. Esi anu won say won 12 new price no. What to obi koko musumi miensa. Musumi mienu. Adenti na wuntua all price no. Now who be say I Bosumi and Sabusumi don't new flash now there by 25 million. Utia. Okay, say and talk confirm. I confirm one from Muabusu. Ah, now because of Coco Antony new flash. Ah,
one say, what Jinaha? And send me one, I'll catch the NDC for not so muntia. Yan a hard misinformation and disinformation is certainly better than wow kind of creno. And you will be a ordin trono. So much any pan opportunity. Now one ninechi. I'm obian kuhusa asema kwa kuma nukai obwa. It is going to go far. Papa ye cocoa farmer. Or no information on one say cocoa a queer fono. But let me stress it once again. I buy my minko back. This particular government say, more ye tomu cocoa 3 months earlier, answer a price drop webano, obey to the old price. Eddie Amamo, my main can be him. Say a jiu cocoa 3 months ago, and the entry oka, I buy it to the old Sicano, and a bit to Yauka. But more, I feel the Ebetomo deal with this new current price in a day. You are going to receive the new price. And so NPP for a catch a Ghana queer for so tip papa understanding they say. Or no, you told the cocoa 3 months ago, no. Yeah, money the old price and the baby money the new price. This is totally misinformation, and the man seems to be totally misinformed. About your tea and some papa can ye.
Niano, Coco Miano, or my fan cocaine in the Conyano. One, if you know one was there, one more 12 side new price, you know. What to be cocoa, Musumi and Musumi and you. I didn't want your old price, you know. Now, because I Bosumi and Sabusumi don't know. New price now there by 25 million. Utia.
So what I say? And the papa to one information on all you know, and before catching and they say, Coco na ya tono, a ye old price na Obiaso Untria. It's a buying old Bemomo old price. Meanwhile, a buying actually must say, the new price. About more afraid you told me but old one I just ordered an idea. Ubia Sabeka, Nisika Dada. So I'm NDC for sometimes when we are saying this kind of things, sir. Someone you're careful. Charlie, the way that you corner. How you? Once a papa can know the coffer and confirm me, I said, John Mamma Yan confirm or the consider or the command in Yanum. That means, hey, old your mamma, what time won't Mugu as Hano? Into the cocoa and what is so? What's it ho? What's it ho? NDC communicators, what's it ho? Menyen say. And a mama NPP for and misinforming amount for. And a more your margins are more cash. Instead of you also going to the cocoa farms to explain this to the minimum level to the cocoa farmer, and what in kind of more cabro fuckers here. Are you? A bear must say, bear must say, Sini. Francis and Muno let any sit there and fool, they will see. Yes, meaning I want to ask Jimmy, my way I get to say, you knew her. And some microphone can I talk farmers in Timo? A Tom Tim Papa. Because Sembia throw Mudichum cocoa farmers, no, most of them are not educated. It will not tear Samba, could not teach cocoa for ma. Also, no sharing, I don't man, and they're buying a cocoa no toy, no, that I know, but you are mono yo, on ye, near my woo, made it school fees, no more cacos, or TV particle. Wow, one thing I could have said that you don't know how I feel could have seen your behavior, or tear Samba copa. Go back and cocoa shake. Open so can't some chile could have seen here. For farming communities, no, or more Akobam Nefen Information Center, no. Koya announcement ko hoba akope and one no. Asembia Obia Becabiano. The mere fact say free information center where Bano Quade is okay. Obia so operating information center, so a uneducated person and not ho. NDC party, when you give them strategies that they don't listen, you give them strategy, they don't listen. I walked onto my community, told them, say, we should do donations. Now, NDC and establishing information center for each farming community. I NDC for their NDC chairman in the field. We should propagate our messages through that. They didn't listen. They don't listen because they believe it's a what's net TV so can't some amount for tea. Ebedu babino, obekwa kurase one obodwa obi amba. Yo, ode ontina we. Na na kwa kubonsam anamebwa.
At a prrr, bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang Mahambe. At a prrr, bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang Mahambe. At a prrr, bang bang de bang bang.
Na sama afa nyoma kenkan na chale enyo no nko o. And this NPP Penny Bakonso is in the Bono East region. He also said the same thing, confusing the people more. Papa, ya obe mebo the video actually. Oye meranim or a lawyer ni, but he took his time. Also, tum futuro and the good farmers are Bono East any.
Dia by himself. 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yanti
kuku
so that
Ghana has.
David.
This is the first time.
We were ha a duru ha. Yentum.
Na ejina babia ejina ba say eto so pa
David. Say I know be busa me say nti die. Na me say the year 2000. Abrofu develop some synthetic flavor beer. Na ni cocoa bia ye pepepe. To am yes um be ja cocoa yusu. My cocoa was say for over 30 years. Na the year 2000 na cocoa bo aba fam kra.
Wow.
Lawrence na let kunya so.
Okay.
In fact, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, and the Cote d'Ivoire shia. Gitum saving cocoa or mato numpono. Or more question. Sebe bakery artificial shortage. Na man ne buona
kosoro.
Yes. Party anti cocoa so.
Wow.
Some meeting on me on 2nd September the year 2000.
Okay.
Gitum so more say cocoa. By anti cocoa so by di by bosume miensa no na ne buo no asan page because na man for raise concern say synthetic flavor na o maye no
enti say cocoa na wanya original cocoa
no omunnim ne da ache so susan so e de be bo mo so nti o mo reject kra.
Okay.
Ya anti so
na ye free hin na ya ba beduru hey
me pa cho
sa cocoa ya teso yi
cocoa na ya teso no issues na a contribute no a doso
omo blame mo party say mo na me
pacho obi obekasa bia na onim de oka na obi kasa mtimi hwe sa nipa no sa wedim say Randy Abe obedi Cocoa Board chief executive and what the buy say Cocoa Board and co-sponsor Ghana Premier League
because of making that proposal yes
wedim say kwando House of Lions here ne dia no abesi you and was say cocoa fusika no yemfa nkoye ball ho adwuma motivation be ya o team
wo
personal interest
na adwuma aboka enu ntie timi akuafo ka no ye fasa sika no bi say yemfa nkoye ball
David
enu achi wote se osan ka say Black Star supporters on person ko ball US no Cocoa Board na best sponsor
yeah because what can be bisa
na adwuma eboka enti etimi ntua akuafo ka
then awo Ghana for the abrogism ko hebo
ame wo de akuafo odi agro ba de hama na basa nyina na say momfa nchemetiefo say ye hwe Ghana wo mo do kokoo no a so we ni 100 bia mu be 80 de for my education omu nyanya bi nti omu giri say omu kan bibia a kire na ye be fa ne saa
okay
what my isika koto Land Cruiser mono ahodo maako 9 Ghana ha Cocoa district I want to Ghana you say your Cocoa district which is different from political and administrative district etino ba to say oko Salaganom ne Tamalum nyina ye ka district a omokeka
ho bia
but Cocoa ni honti Cocoa district no ukobole ya bi ni ho
unya bi ho no
in fact Kentampo omudia Cocoa kura bia Cocoa district Kentampo no e wo Tachimai
okay
in fact until recently na Tachimai nyina ahyebre Kumase
okay ada Cocoa
yes Cocoa district no nti e wo 74 enti adwuma aboka yetimi ntua Cocoa fo ka no e dan ni o district 74 ni ekoto cars maako 140 pickups
also omuso hia car no sane akuafo ni hia sika no omuso ye administrators no omuso hia car no day to day activities run day to day activities
me pa cho omde ye den omde run day to day activities say no be say run no
Cocoa Board dey say bia ye kwa ha ye koye bia inspection ye koye project
me pa cho my bi okroma say the friend Mr. Usubrempon
okay
otena asia do hunu say asese said ye wiase bo no ene kanea wia na nyepe ti kanea yesu sa na edie papa mu achi kokokofu mu no sepesia koko ahahai na ete ndemom na koko ahahai ni nyina nte se obekọ na aha ba akokora ntua so ma hunu bi da ba nese pesia from February to maybe April ending no koko ahaba ni nyina timo pre ana so wasua photosynthesis a sa ahahai ni koko so a entime nu aduane madia no na atimi aso timi so also brempo hunu sa na tie dia yanya boho na ya mechanize near man sprinklers enti se penisia
there's ma bia to
no ma bie na chese nsuo
egu
koko dua na se eti se nsuo na ato nti se wia no bossa die mpa na ha ni ntimo mpro ne be ma abre nyina yanya koko in fact we start bi obu nso
okay
emo mu se sa de no
yen twaso but this what information na papa ide ma Ghana fo a tum futuro fe ne lawyer na se kire boaten tum futuro di go amanfo ani about the whole cocoa boy ya so cocoa board cars ya turn na say for wa kick it totally against his emphasis to be any so asemo say fools fools will always be fooled. Wake up Ghanaians, NPP or NPP. So when you give them the lightest or the slightest opportunity, they'll misinform the masses. Computer obey unpopular. Maka say NPP for a brand non person mutu osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no. Almost started some more bomb. To bomb. Say be cool osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It's the NPP are buying no. And the NPP party to me imagine some win here wa. Ombeti me the waba level say akola kitikiti kura beka se bi amfaso news so. Sa no motie. That has been their modus operandi entire season and we are seeing as anomaly. And I was believe is under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the first administration, we saw this. And then in person Kasadi will be him. And when some major female and Kono, you more political appointments, and now instantly and they pay somebody to replace a major female to go around. Somebody buy and what tears him, somebody not tears him, but they have relaxed. Anyway, maybe they are busy. So when you are busy, you are busy. But now I'm a boy General Mosquito. Information be the mouse said there be. General say, Kuku Kia Semino, Serum and yes, and a tear.
Oforiata. Obu Kotel said, you pay your Kuku no ton 800,000. And original and so quite a Busiano, it will talk cocoa 800,000 tons. Obedurie, I feel no cocoa in 400 and something thousand kakra, 400 and 60, 70,000. Let's just say. Sikano, so quite the betting to 800,000. Now buy 400,000 in Kakra and a 1 year trial. Sikana can say now. Now the man at 1 year 800,000 Lucranos and also every abundance ceremony. If you say, yeah, you could that's what you may say. Koko bia ye beto mu aburuchire bia no ye de ba sidi oha bia no ye de mu sidi aduoso ena di be ma akuafo ena wo mo de no duru so no e bi de ntia ye no sa no se koko bo an ko soro a ye timi de do no akoko divoa ye timi de bi ko Togo enti akoya kan sie se amai miensa na ya toa so no wa ukoko bo be ko soro no na fe unua no mbie no akafo no de be ba kura na wata ka odi ujai ma odi ko fam ebo no ko fam se usisi akafo a koko no wa mo ebe ebo na no nyina e de be ko enu 2023 24 wa mo ba ye ebo a ye betwa ma akafo no Emma Coco no do woman de call Togo and the Cote d'Ivoire. Mokai says, Mutare Nuswa, 2024 no more. Omuchi Coco smugglers for the first time. Now, one will do Coco Brady Burkina Faso. They be my way. If he said, Open say, we see a for now, can say, we see one. Almost, baby, I will be in Sikababa. A chair, I buy the end of the better woman. It didn't say, South smuggling now, Monjay course. And then the man, one Casam Conta, one 800,000 tons. One young, the Omunya, about better 470,000 tons. Now, and also the 7. Say, what on this castle be better 800? Now, why 800 yard? Said the Akan is sick. As I said,
ti wa ho nipa na ono akwaje bosia abedi sika no e dey share wo waba sese ni say wo na wa manage economy no. Anyway, let's leave it up to them. E yo mankasa omo asem. The channel the debate with the Munufie pacho, so when you subscribe here, take your time and then subscribe for me. Now say kwa abato, let me just try to see. Honorable Kennedy o hene Japan e ka asem bi. And then me wia Sam Jata George aka asem bi. Na asem na okaye no. Yesterday I think say I said exactly the same thing. Na ebia na wa wantie nsem a me kaye no. And then me de wo ba be ko Sansem na Sam George akai. Na afedi ye nyina yentie nsem Sam George kan pa. O se se we babunu. Na wan tobo Sam George na kan o. Unfollow current trends eko AI eka ho a. Don't expect you be nya dwo bia ye. Pachuti Sam George.
The question is, are you ready to adapt, or are you going to phase out with the jobs that are going to be lost? Today, call centers are becoming redundant because I don't need to employ 100 people in a call center. I simply need one AI tool that can pick 1,000 calls at the same time and speak in 70 different languages. One tool, one computer, one processor. So if you're a call center operator and you do not evolve, you would lose a job. And that's why the AI, the 1 million coders program we're running under His Excellency President John Mahama is focused on giving everyone the opportunity to be skilled. And so we say that it is the opportunity to acquire a new skill, to reskill, or to upskill. Because whether you're a medical doctor, today there are doctors who sit in Accra and surgeries are done in collaboration with doctors in Johns Hopkins in the United States. Robotics. Gone are the days when, and for our women here, you would understand this better. When they needed to deal with a fibroid, they literally had to cut you. Big line. Today, it's a laser point. It goes in, a very small hole, takes out, bends it out with laser, all robotic. That's the power of AI. And so we live in a world where we cannot run away from artificial intelligence. The question is, are you ready to adapt, or are you going to phase out with the jobs that are going to be lost? Today, call centers are becoming redundant because I don't need to employ 100 people in a call center. I simply need one AI tool that can pick 1,000 calls at the same time and speak in 70 different languages. One tool, one computer, one processor. So if you're a call center operator and you do not evolve, you would lose a job. And that's why the AI, the 1 million coders program we're running under His Excellency President John Mahama is focused.
Sam George is a Ghanaian youth or catch it out. Once you're AI, Ajuma be our one, you're ready to say you will lose the job. Are you ready to learn? Or you are not ready to learn? In the comment section, if you actually believe in Sam George, because yesterday I said exactly the same thing. Say the president had some 1 million coders program. By information, say when they go around and nobody is ready to learn. Ghana babuluneti wano say dabi ono onsuya saade no. Rather than they are always going around and then insulting a buying na wuni adwuma ni won create adwuma na NPP for to futuro de go money 24 hours economy no way. But 24 hours economy can be materialized when you learn how to code. Because when a buying be back, no more skills or the best wa adwuma. A better chance what pay 1,000 cedis e dia breo. But Ghana ni no minimum de konta o kan Ghana ni ready to oti. Wow, in the comment section for Agaian. Priscilla, what do you think about this? Because I mean, when they go into a buying or bechiramo and sanu juma through digital means. Coders program, when you know how to code, when you know how to use AI, and it's very easy for you to create your own jobs. I bet I knew beyond the Becca. And no question will say, see, I met him and no castle through this digital means. Hey, somebody's platform and a castle through it. Somebody actually created it. TV, and so and then one person, I create my whole content, display everything that I want to display. It's like a television station. Because Obina Atana said the AI, I criticize anime way, and I leverage upon all these kind of tools and they reach the masses. And to Mr. Wako University, we Wako Secondary School, we Wako Polytechnic, we Wako School that we a tailor Nikwana. Ubet very basic AI tools. Now they are your day-to-day activities. Mr. Mama TikToker, atemuno ma dia kwa. Da ben na wako hu se nipa na o TikTok no. Na yere anani nua ba gina ho kontokwa. Da ben na wako Facebook, wako hu se Mark Zuckerberg ene na yere gina ho boro amanfo nua. Ebi ni ho sa. So why are you using the same platform on the wrong means? Nani Sam George yeti ha ya ka nobody is ready to listen. Inti a buying a cover 1 million coders program. Mr. Otimani ma wunyo opportunity for honko gym. Because that is the future. And not even the future. That is now. What is happening now is what Sam George is frank and telling you and I. To be honest, this is the first time I'm who says Sam George. I can't answer Sam. I have to be honest. Sam George, I'm not insulting you, but I say we are what kind of day. 100% correct. And a portfolio near the man. This is how I want you to help the masses. Tell them what to do. Because artificial intelligence is part and parcel of our day-to-day activities. Learn it or be left out. Simple. And then call center here. Many of you offer companies will be nipa na onene kasari in a computer. I'm kind of question. Nipa de seri neti a computer is here. Computer and na onyare on GC leaf or nyewe. The sender Sam George Kano. Computer need to make different languages. At the same time, intimate my friend, I'm a cabro, who beat my friend, no Chinese, who beat my friend, no German, Casa, and any panel a computer. Intimaka says some of the positions are buying a man at a computer, Juma and Omoyeno. Yeah, President, that's true. I was a journey. I think that Abani needs to take people through for people to understand all these kind of things. Learn AI last year in UK. Now I am making £770 a week just sitting on my computer few hours. Africans, this is what we live in the future. We will say, hey, this country is ahead of us. Yes, Minia Godford. So you are making about £770 every week just sitting on the computer. The program is one day. Now you tell us what you're doing because on this particular platform, every Sunday be a education. So I think that we need to go back again and then start to do these kind of things. Enti, Minia Godford. So wait me, I'll link it up with Mia. My WhatsApp number and that's on air plus 358-4653-72649. Now you need come behind the scenes in program and now ubetimi nkwa na metimi do aba so now ubetimi ama a very basic education to people one of the days about what you do and how they can also leverage upon the same ideas and then redo it in a different form. I think that is the best way to go because my own ye chire no say yin na am three abo say ampe poma pabi amfancy wa the future no enje straight for us. Now Africa unemployment is the largest problem of Africa. Enye koko sem no moka no dabi. Unemployment Africa into Ghana na unemployment higher again to see I'm treatable and pay another paradigm and shift a paradigm to something newer. Be had the paradigm to Charlie. So Sam George, why are they that was say the portfolio near the man, I believe say yes, I can't come on them. But 1 year is idea any Charlie, oh, got now quiet, kunkunkunkuna de bia o kontokwa o kasa o yesi a asa ye nkosa level ni bi minia
no akobba wura mo honne nti ukopie mo asen central hodder pa so or launch operation 15,000 difference e dey am constituency na be bom so nti therefore or boy duma den
all right nti NPP party now after their presidential premise no and some system and some asim so we abronya me born video mbo chere abronya o tama Kennedy Japan ko fa no e de better na two for the first time na sa no hu abronya no so na abronya no so Kennedy Japan mama sa chairman UNESCO bunu East Regional Chairman of NDC na kan wo born style bi yes breakaway party bi ya TSM Mr. George Otibonsu papa na Samira Bawumia ko bu na bro nsan na tugu ye no o se Kennedy Japan pe o the base no obeka ho
a Kubia Yatia, the base of Kennedy, a compare a Japan.
A base, Montia Modiering. A Junahoma honorable Kennedy, a compare a Japan. Base to rescue Ghana, no, Jinahod the Mark Kennedy or in Japan.
If you say, meet me the President Kufuor, former president. Kufuor omunyina infanto ho omunyina anya the base o hwe me nua pani Alan na onya the base ni ntino okwa na osamba oba na ahwete pansam wodie okoye no ehu se okura adwempa ne nimdie a Ghana ihwe ne ya binya so mfaso ntie ma ne mfa ne nimdie ne na adwempa na nkwa samado ntie se the base of Kennedy Japan no yenya ne timopo ene nimdie no eka oman Ghana asase so ni so mfaso ene ya form the base of Kennedy a compare con Japan.
The base no ejina homa Kennedy Japan well established.
Yes sir.
Ntejuma be na be den mo be den
ejuma be de ye was die kase da so say third force eneba
third force.
Yes sir.
Mentiaje
ye wo party akase mienu ene Ghana NPP ene wo NDC.
Yes.
We kwa 8 years na we aba. We kwa 8 years na we aba. Ye hu de o ma no ye ko bonkuma se ye ko nifa. Na de bia we mienu pia no ye na edin se ebeyi. Na se emiensa o wonu se anye ya we beba ho. Nti o be careful. Nti se ba ko be kan na third force Ghana for be hu fa so ne hu o fa Ghana so serious. Se de o ma no o hwe enura hu ne bi ma me wura hu ye se ye wo asase kase crossing Burkina na Ghana for ecofantos ewo Burkina na ekoku Ghana for ewo ekwan so na se wo hwe akoma dan ne san asase da ho ni nyina chi a na se third force ama na se o man Ghana ihu ba bia yeko
and the third force means multi party
eko no the base of Kennedy Japan na ye beti party so and in the third force no
to rival NPP and the
NDC.
Yeah. Mira, so we NPP ni.
Na me NPP ni.
Ah, they say what free?
Opini. Me metra ha sebe o bibi ye, me so bibi ye.
Of course.
Na me metra media grow.
Okay.
NPP so kura enkaminum bi. Eye Kennedy
papa this is NPP yensuo kura nko no bi nti NPP nti e na oso okotikuo say na one Kennedy Ohene Japan e ya adwo mo kai se mere bi Kennedy Ohene Japan e be kan asase mu e wo Ghana
to what if all the executives the current executives if they don't lose I'll form a political party. All the current executives if they don't vote them out I'll form a political party.
To what end?
To what end? Abro. And the name of the political party will be Abro.
Kente party obetini di abro enti the base ye di bedi Samira Bawumia eni ni nua mema eni ni kunu Alhaji Dr Munufie Bawumia abro. Hey Ghana Ghana be de 2028 about on Charlie. Your mom pays in Yanko for and Tranquum. Na ye abro party way. Ebenya followers papa. Pacho wow feeling abro party we are no could dicken the base the base together the base air party the any abro base and I say base abro minimum be Ken ya bro be chere whatever na be farmers consultant yen kwele another name when you Rose Ajay say you are watching me live from Italy me dase Alasa time to Munufie. This coders program is a good initiative that people that propel one into tech and AI, but a lot of Ghanaian youth want quick job. And underline the word quick job opportunities than going through practical training. What do you mean by quick job opportunity? There's nothing like quick job in the world though. There be AI and also AI quick. It's not going to take you 10 years, maybe even 6 months. Now what could school be? Say you are undergoing maybe 6 months training to get job. And I mean, what do you mean by quick? Because there's not, for the first time, last time I disagree with you. I don't see anything quick job in the world. There's no, that quick scheme and a scam. There's nothing like that. So if they are taking you through a training of maybe 3 months, 6 months, then get something to do for yourself. I think that is the best way. Because I will say, I don't know people who have designed that particular program, because when you go deep into how to design a programmer, you design program to suit OBR. My friend say, wow, we are illiterate, totally unco school, then maybe you're going to take 1 year to be trained. Wow, we are polytechnic, and I say we test your ability on how to utilize computer and I say for maybe a 6 months. Wow, we need computer that maybe it's 3 months. So it's going to be tailor-made, but I don't know how they have actually designed this particular coders program. I'm not part of the designers of that particular program. But if I was part, I would have known how to tailor it to suit each person. But there's nothing like quick scheme. And IT, you can learn IT within 1 week. And we educated in Ghana, you can do whatever you want to do with it. AI, you can use 1 week to learn to do something. And then with the advent of technology, it's very quick to learn a lot of things. Many have been to video man and working. Canada, Japan, the and I said they be working. Is it this one?
If all the executives, the current executives, if they don't lose, I'll form a political party. All the current executives, if they don't vote them out, I'll form a political party.
To what end?
To what end? Abro. And the name of the political party will be Abro.
But my name is been to win our Canada. President of Canada, Japan is a businessman, and first and foremost, the lies of Brian Champon will flick the nation's funds into their private coffers so fast that we won't know what hit us. Now, Brian will come to Japan when there's any of the Ghana for you their business too. How they make creative business portfolio because in Ghana hotels I can see in a young family, and I can still create they will put together normal kwa jefu almost not the you go as I saw opa. Oma Kangana for you go before be a Libra. No, but I was like Ken has learned the party, but Ken so unyaya. But Mr. Otibun to open kasa idea. Or Ken chuchu muchupa. By and Ken so made the message about unyanja party no that's NPP ni. Ken so no NPP ni but utie Ken is every year.
If all the executives, the current executives, if they don't lose, I'll form a political party. All the current executives, if they don't vote them out, I'll form a political party.
To what end?
To what end? Abro. And the name of the political party will be Abro.
The Kenka party, no, but also got party. We are the main focus of the party is already the NPP for Abro. So I rest my case. This is the debate with the Munufie. Say now, say we are no. For our being children, but your name in the best you have now. You may have my channel. You better ask me patch. So when you subscribe, you take your time also to subscribe for me. Send it down a bar. Ubu adia. Because the be an Siana, you say, Idia go on. You're going to see na for the adhere the day no. Na for the other ones who are adventure Abba. Because I go on one man show. I don't want it to be always like, oh, now then I'm in a 1 man show. That is why I always also bring my number to say, oh, question be also be sent so you feel like getting in contact with me or whatever, and also you have the free option to do exactly the same thing. Tinyankopon any obia entena. Bye bye.
I say prrr, bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang, Mahambe. I say prrr, bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang, Mahambe. I say prrr, bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang, Mahambe.
I got to